Welcome back to Mercury Farms for episode 5 with me, MrSealyp. So, a bit of light logging. The pile that was there before. I'm going to take this load down and sell it. I'm going to do some more overnight. I did say I was going to do some more, but I thought I would show the pile that we kind of put there. I'm going to cut a load more down, build the piles up overnight, and that way then, not necessarily in the morning in this episode, but later on in the day we can then just get on with loading. So I'll just get the last bits of this into the trailer, hopefully. I haven't stacked them part one way, part the other, part way. I just unfortunately just kind of went all one way on this one, but it's fine. It's a means to an end. So let's see what we're going to get. I assume they all seem to be around the same sort of amount. What have I had? 31, 38 was it? 41. It's all been around there, hasn't it? I apologise for what we got. 39. There you go. 39,199. For the sound of the demented bee in the background, one of my neighbours is sanding wood. I'm sure he's just doing it to annoy me. There's probably a reason why he's actually doing it, but you know, just feels like he's doing it to annoy me. Never mind. So I'm going to be doing overnight a whole load of deliveries and bits and bobs. I'm going to bring a couple more loads up to the BGA. We'll get paid for those at midnight. We should, fingers crossed, do right on that. I'm probably going to lease the slurry tanker as well, and bring some slurry up here. Now the update's been done, the patch on FS19, the second one, 1.3. Hopefully the prices will be pretty good. So like I said, I'll do a couple of runs of slurry as well, probably. I might sell a bit of fertilizer, try that out again, but with a slightly bigger trailer. Yeah, I know, something along those lines. Takes a little while to empty. This one's a 30,000 litre tank, I think it is, the Cotty, the Garant Cotty, the standard one. But yeah, this is the second load I've done of these. This. We'll see how we do. I think what I'll probably do is jump ahead now, and it'll be around midnight, and we'll see what we make. Hopefully, we'll do alright. Change my mind. What I've decided to do on my way back from this load, the digestate, some of the digestate has already been kind of prepared. I'm going to take back, and I'm going to sell digestate at the garden centre. That's the next thing I'm going to do, because I might as well. That's the byproduct. I can use it for putting on the fields as a fertiliser, but on Jim's map I can take it to the garden centre and I can sell it. So not only will we get the payment for the slurry we've sold at the BGA, we'll then get paid for the digestate, which is the byproduct. So that's kind of, it's a win-win really all round. Don't know what we're going to get, but fingers crossed it will be alright. Excitement is palpable. That's for me anyway. But I'm easily pleased. Oh, 19, oh, just under 20 grand. Not bad. And so here we are, ticking away to midnight. 60,502. I'm up at the sawmill woodland, and as we've kind of already chatted about, overnight we've made a bit of money. We did all right. I did 2 or 3 loads, I think, in the end of manure to the BGA. Now it's fixed as part of the update. The prices are correct. I did a couple of runs of slurry to the BGA, and we made 60 grand, which is pretty good. It's also making digestate as the byproduct, and you saw me sell 1 load of that for about 19 something, 20 grand. I've been up here cutting trees, and we've got 3 or 4 piles of logs. You also saw me earlier on. The big pile that was here went off and got sold for about 39 grand. So we've done all right. The nocturnal movement of fertilizer around the local area is an interesting one. But anyway, I did all right out of that as well. So a few jobs overnight to get some money. But what I have done is all my leased equipment has gone back. That went back before midnight, so I don't have anything leased at the moment. So what the point of last night was to raise enough money so I could buy that equipment. That's the only thing that is still leased is this. I didn't give this back. I thought I'd just take a hit on the next day's leasing. That's not a problem at all. And I think there's the forklift, isn't there? Of course, yeah, down at the store. But other than that, it's all here. So what I'm going to do some more logging on this in a little while. The rest of today's episode is going to be about clearing fields 10 and 11 by the farm, getting the wheat off those and putting that into storage for feeding the chickens. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to plant poplars, or at least start planting poplars, ready for the Anderson DLC to drop, because I think most YouTubers are going to be, not all, but most are going to be getting ready for that. So that's what we're going to be doing. What I am going to do is go down to the store, buy some new equipment. While I'm down there buying that, there's something very important I want to talk to you about. So I know I was going to talk about it at the start of the video. I thought let's get some farming in first. There'll be farming in the rest of the video, but there's something I really want to talk about. So I'll see you at the store in a moment. Okay, so I'm down at the store, and before I buy any equipment, you probably already saw you've seen it on the thumbnail. There's something very important to me and important to someone, a good friend of mine. Is going through some stuff at the moment, and I've agreed to do this because I want to do it. It is important. What I'm going to do on this episode is kind of run a competition, but I want to try and raise some money, and I want to see how much money we can raise as a group, as a community, as a group, a load of people watching the video. I'm not begging, I'm asking. March is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, and there's a charity in the UK called Target Ovarian Cancer. They're the UK's largest ovarian cancer charity, and they do fantastic work in improving early diagnosis. They fund life-saving research. They provide needed support with women all across the UK, and support to families and that kind of thing. Now, a very lovely lady is in the process at the moment of making some knitted MrSealyp peas. I'm going to put a picture up in a moment. Knitted MrSealyp peas. She's going to make 5 of them. So what I'm going to do is run a kind of competition in a way. If you go onto my PayPal link, and you have to go onto my main YouTube channel, probably on a PC or a laptop. If you go onto there's a PayPal link on there to make a donation. If you make a donation to my PayPal, but what I want you to do is put in there, you need to put in your details of how we can contact you, but I also want you to put on there Target Ovarian Cancer, or TOC if you want to, in the comments bit on the PayPal donation. Every donation I get that has that on it, every single one, all that money will be going to Target Ovarian Cancer, to their charity. I've already covered the cost of the producing the little MrSealyps, and everyone, the 5 winners of those, will also get a MrSealyp sticker thrown in as well. You know. So what I'm going to do is anyone that donates, anyone that puts that on there, will all be entered into a draw, and there'll be 5 of those MrSealyps to give away with a sticker to the 5, I say, lucky winners. My way of thinking of it is this: if everybody that watches this video donated £1, just took 5 minutes out their day to go onto the PayPal link and donated £1, we could make a nice bit of money to send to the charity. Now, like I say, I'm not begging, I'm not pleading, and I know people trying to get offended. I don't really care, not interested. It's important. The more the merrier. So like I say, if you want to just donate, I'm going to put a link into the description as well, direct to Target Ovarian Cancer, to their website, so you can go direct to them and donate. If you don't want to be put into the draw, you don't want anything like that, you don't want to win the MrSealyp, knitted MrSealyp, and that's fine. By all means, go on the link, go straight to them and make a donation. I want to try and make a difference, you know. I want to do something. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to try and achieve today. There is going to be all the rest of the farming. I'm going to carry on with that. We're going to get on with the poplars and buy some machinery and stuff now. But if you can, you know, it doesn't have to be a lot. And you know, if everyone did £1, that's all I just keep thinking in my head. You know, if everyone went on and did that, what an incredible thing that would be. But anyway, there you go. That's from me, and I'm not going to mention the people that I'm kind of talking about by name, because I don't think that's not what's important about this. What is important is about making a difference. I know I probably haven't put that across as eloquently as I should have done or could have done, but let's see if we can. You know, I know a lot of YouTubers would go on and say, let's get 1,000 likes in this video, let's try and get 10,000 likes, let's get 500 likes. You know what I want to do by the end of the video? Let's get some money donated, and every penny of that comes into my PayPal account will go to that charity. I'm not keeping a penny of it, nothing. I've covered the cost of postage and packaging as well for the gifts going out for the 5 winners, so none of that's going to come out of the donation money. I've covered that myself. But anyway, let's get on with the farming. Thank you for your support. Thank you if you do donate. That would be absolutely amazing. I would really appreciate that. So equipment. What are we going to get? Well, we do need to replace our truck, so we are going to get our replacement. We're going to get the same one, but instead of leasing it, we're going to buy it. Black rims, and we're going to keep it on Trelleborgs. Let's buy that. It's not going to leave us with a huge amount of money, but that was the whole point of making the money overnight. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to get the forestry TGX. I was going to go with again, let's go with, does that seem too much? No, that's my fleet colour, isn't it? We'll go with that. Let's buy that. Yeah, I was going to go with the new, have I got it installed? I think I have, haven't I? I was going to go with that, the IT runner, and I might well get one at a later date, because putting different backs on that will give us various options. It's still got a tow hook on the back and that kind of thing. But I thought what we would do is, I don't know, because then you've got to pay for the backs on it as well. That's already 180 grand, then the backs, and there have been a few issues with hooking up trailers to it, lifts the front wheels off the ground, and it's hard to steer and that kind of thing. So I'm going to leave that for the moment. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get a couple of trailers, because I'm going to carry on doing haulage jobs, and again I had stuff leased. So now I had originally, you might have seen overnight, I had the SB2 301070, 59,000 litres. What I did overnight was gave that back, and I leased this one, the KS950, because that's 48,000 litres, which means if I do a load up to the BGA of manure, I can dump an entire load of 48,000 litres, and because it will take 50,000 litres into the BGA without there being any issue whatsoever. So I can do a full load of that, all done, very happy. So we've got that. What else do we want to get? I wanted to get the slurry tanker because I'm going to keep doing loads of slurry, I think, probably as well. Does that seem excessive? That one I might lease, I think. But what I'm going to get is if I can find it, a dolly. I'm going to get the dolly. Standard or wides? Let's go with wides, why not? I'm going to get the dolly. Right, so we have some new equipment. Oh, very exciting, isn't it? God, that man TGX is lovely, isn't it? Right. So this will be for manure and various different things, and the late night transportation of fertiliser, the distribution of fertiliser around the area. It will come in handy for all sorts of other things. It's good that we own these now. I've got a load of lumber to do, which is fantastic, which means we can make a bit of money back fairly quickly. Now I'm hoping this works. Now, I don't know how often I'll use the crane, but I might do an episode where I give it a go. Oh, it's not going to hook up, is it? Oh, come on. Okay, well that hasn't worked. Oh, I was hoping that was going to hook up. Okay, right. Plan B or C or whatever we're on to now. Oh, that's frustrating. I suppose I should have tested that beforehand, shouldn't I? Never mind. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this up here, because what I need to do now is download and install, because I don't think I've got it. There's a timber trailer, isn't there? I'm pretty sure I don't have it. Is it under forestry equipment? Probably under trailers. I don't think I've got it, have I? No, it's the one that is kind of designed to go with that trailer. Obviously I've got the ones that I had already. Did I sell that forwarder trailer back, or did I keep it? Oh, no, I've still got it. What I was hoping was I could attach the dolly onto the BioBelts TR500 and pull it behind, so I could run almost like a triple sort of setup, but that's not going to work. I do still have that though. I'll give that some thought. But what we are going to be doing, like I said in this episode, let's go to the farm and get these fields cleared, because I want to get some poplars in the ground. Even if I just start getting poplars in the ground, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, where are we looking? Right. I've never actually used this one since the game came out, because it's a little small one. They're only small fields actually, the two I've got. And I did repair it. I'm not going to get a lot off here, but actually, is it going to leave a straw swath? I don't know if I want the swath. It is. Do I need the straw? Oh, I might as well collect it. Why not? Now what I might do, this is field 10, isn't it? Just double check. Yeah. What I might do is this one, repurpose and put some more chicken coops on here. I think that's what I might do. Just one headland maybe or two. Yeah, put some chicken coops on it, so I might level it. I don't have to wait, because I know Jim said he's going to submit, I think Jim said, I'm trying to think now. I think he's submitting an update so that the new grass texture thing will work. So that'll be quite handy as well. So I don't know whether to wait and then kind of redo it all, or I could just put that ground texture over there. I might take out that hedge between, or part of that hedge, and then make this a kind of extension. So I have a big old chicken farm here. I was inspired by Cat Noir, I think. I just think it looks cool. And the chickens are fairly low maintenance, easy to do. That said, it's interesting that on Marwell Manor, my chickens are producing eggs at quite a rate, and I think I've got about 200 odd at the moment, and I'm getting box after box after box. On here we've got 100. That chicken coop is full, and bearing in mind I put them in yesterday and it ran all the way through the night, we've still only got one box. It hasn't really, although that said, somebody did say to me that they set theirs up and it took 2 days before they even got one box come out. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Pretty nifty little harvest of this one, isn't it? I'm going to unload into the small trailer because I'm not going to get a huge amount off of this. There's no point bringing over the big cramped articulated lorry, you know, because one, I don't know if the pipe will extend high enough. It might do actually. Never quite sure. So I suppose what I could be doing now is, while this is harvesting, I need to lease the Damcon PL74. That's under, is that forestry, isn't it? PL75. Lease that, and then we'll get some poplar pallets because we're going to need to. We'll need to plant them, aren't we? Now, as far as they go, they're under pallets. That's saplings for trees. There you go, poplar saplings pallet. Yeah, we'll do that. I might cultivate the ground as well. I don't know what's good for the best. Maybe. Don't actually have a loading wagon or anything either, do I? Picking up all these straw swaths. It's not going to be a huge amount of straw, but I might as well put it in storage. What could I use? I really do miss that Mengele. There was the Mengele loading wagon. Because even the small one, 46 grand, what's that? Was that to lease 2,000? Oh, I can swallow that. One load of water somewhere, and I'm going to do that no problem at all, aren't I? Let's lease that. Okay, right, let me work again with that. It's very low over here. I'm sure that's got to be, you know, it's obviously training, it's doing circuits, but coming that low over the farm. Oh, this lighting thing's very interesting, isn't it? You're looking into the glare of the sun, so I suppose it would be like that, but I suppose like photography, isn't it? Where did I leave the New Holland? That's just round here, isn't it? That cultivator needs fixing too. I'll go and get the loaded wagon, but what I'll do is fix this cultivator first. It's only a little small one. Actually, hang on, that's a good point. Let's have a look. What has this got? Can't remember. Horsepower 175. Because I'm pretty sure under cultivators, have I got that one, the modded one? There you go, the lizard. Vela. Or does that require 150? That's a 7.8 metre. I might get that. Cool, lots of equipment today. Let's repair this and take it back. At least that'll be something towards the cost of getting a new cultivator. And let's get that slightly larger cultivator, I think. Oh, that's the wash. It's over here. Select 13. If I do it here, if I sell it at the store, I should get more than that. And the other one's only 25, isn't it? So cheaper half the price. What I might do, I think, though, is grab front weight, because that other one's a lot bigger. That's really a lot of weight on the 3-point link at the back. So let's grab that. Interesting colour scheme, isn't it? Where's all the traffic? So the dolly's going to need to go back. It was a waste of money, wasn't it? Never mind. Morning, Dexter. What we get? Oh, oh, okay. Right, load and wagon first. There's a lot of people wandering around the yard, aren't they? So we'll just whiz round, gather everything up off this field. I've emptied the wheat from this field into the little legal trailer that's just in front of us here, because field 11 is barley, but obviously the swaths will be identical, it makes no difference. So I'm getting more off this than I thought I was going to. Only very small swaths, but there seems to be a lot in them. And we'll cultivate both fields. Actually no, there's no point. I'll cultivate the other field, because if this one I'm going to turn into a chicken thing, I don't need to, do I? But what I'll probably do is probably take that hedge out in the next episode and prep this for more chickens, because I really do want to get poplars in the ground. So this is a kind of means to an end. I don't want to skip past this bit of farming, because obviously I've been doing forestry up to now, and this is the first bit of farming, harvesting the wheat and the barley, and then collecting the straw swaths and cultivating, and that's all like farming stuff, not forestry, so I don't want to kind of skip over it. But putting the poplars in the ground is kind of a forestry thing, so that's why I do want to get onto that. This way at a later date, if we do decide to do cows or other animals, horses maybe, that require straw for bedding and that kind of thing, we have got a little bit already. does look rather cool working away there in the haze of the morning. So we'll go. Of course, it suddenly dawned on me, having cleared the fields 10 and 11, got the wheat off and the barley off and the straw swaths off, I went to go and pick up the cultivator and suddenly thought, oh hang on, I didn't check, does the field need ploughing or not? Of course it does. So I've got a subsoiler, I've got the DC 401, the Coon, 4 metre, it requires 130 horsepower, so I just thought, if I do this, it's going to give me the cultivating texture, but the ploughed state. I'll probably fertilise too, I haven't really kind of decided that bit. The other field I'm not going to bother ploughing, like I say, because if I'm going to just convert that, texture it and landscape it ready for chicken coops, there's absolutely no point. This probably needs lime as well, but I haven't given myself enough time, have I? I think because I was desperate to make sure I get poplars done in this episode, at least started planting them, I completely forgot about ploughing and lime and clearing the fields and getting the straw swaths off, and there's a lot to get done. Look at there. I might just sell that other cultivator back, and that's frustrating. I'm just thinking for the time being I'm not doing any real kind of agricultural work, arable at the moment. I suppose it's good to have it. I've bought it, haven't I, anyway? And like I say, with the other little side jobs I can do, the beauty of different maps and different things they offer is the fact that your whole farming style changes. So whereas usually I'm panicking about where am I going to get the money from to buy this bit of equipment, that bit of equipment, I need to sell every bit of crop I get off the ground, I need to make the maximum I can from doing that, because I know I can do a few jobs on the side, I can run some water, I can sell some manure, I can do some slurry and manure to the BGA. The worry isn't there as much for, you know, where do I find the money from? Okay, let's let this carry on. So I suppose what I need to do over the course of the rest of the day, not this episode, over the course of the rest of the day, I'll start the poplar harvest in this episode, but then I'll probably finish it, not harvest, planting. And then what I'll probably do is get back over to the sawmill area, get all those logs loaded up, and we'll try and sell a load of logs, make a bit more money, because I really do need to invest in another tractor, a slightly bigger one I think. We just bought 2 trucks and more forestry equipment, you know, all the bits I need, so realistically raising enough money to get a tractor shouldn't be too difficult. I'm going to have to do quite a few trees and quite a few loads, and that's fine. I find it all very therapeutic when I'm doing it off screen, whiling away the hours. So with the subsoiling done, the next step was to go, I've just bought this, the Agromatax Fertimax fertiliser spreader. This only does fertiliser, it doesn't do lime as well, but it takes 2,500 litres, fertiliser's expensive. The money has gone down quite a bit because I did buy another logging trailer, but I'll show you that at a later date. Right, so I'm going to fertilise this. We really will get onto the poplars in a moment. So 24 metres. Oh, it's actually wider than I thought. Cool. For a little field like this, it's absolutely perfect. Like I say, couple this with a front tank with 2,200 litres in it, 4,700 odd litres. I like this little trail one, it's fantastic. What a great bit of kit. Do a little bit. And there we go, done. Now I have had some people comment to say, I know when I did this was part of one of the mod reviews, that if you hire a worker it does funny things. I don't know, I think it just goes off and does its own thing from what I gather, but anyway, alright, that's fertilising done. We are now going to go and lease the Damcon PL75 and we are going to get some poplars in the ground. I've brought over the stump grinder on the little New Holland skid steer, ready for doing that fence line. Like I say, that'll be another episode. See you in a moment. Okay, I've leased the Damcon PL75. I'm probably going to buy one of these at some point, because if I'm going to be replanting trees, it makes sense to own it. I think they're only about 20,000 to buy. So as you can see on the back of our MAN TGX, I've got the BioBelts TTLT rear trailer. There were a couple of options available. I've gone for this one to start off with. This one I'm only going to be able to put shorter logs on because the crane's there. This one I can get a little bit of an overhang on the front and more of an overhang on the back. So fingers crossed, I should hopefully be able to get 8 metre ones on that back one, which will be absolutely brilliant. But the option available as well that I didn't have installed when I looked a minute ago was this one, the Flegel log trailer, which is 30,000, but there's a load of options available on that one, for axles and various things. That's a long one, and it does hook up to the back of the MAN TGX. The only downside with it, it does have like a barrier bit halfway along the trailer, but again, like I say, we'll start off with this one and see how we get on. What I do need to do is fill this up. I'm only going to put one pallet on because I've always overdone it with poplar pallets and bought way more than I need. So I'm going to get one. If I need another one, I'll come back and get another one. I don't want to get 2 or 3, or and find I just don't come anywhere near to using it all. So under pallets, poplar saplings, get one of those. Press L3 and we are loaded. Fantastic. Okay. I told you I'd get pallets pallets in the ground. Just loads of pallets sticking up out the ground. Poplars in the ground before the end of the episode. That way they can be growing in the background while I'm getting on other stuff. I want to get on with loading those 2 log trailers up as well now. That won't happen in this episode, but I will do it. I do just want to check something, because I know when you plant trees there are options available. Now there is the one there that says allow create fields. If you were doing this on a grass field or on a patch that's not been ploughed, it will allow create fields and it will literally just put a trench in where these go, I think. So I'm pretty sure when you do trees with the Damcon, you can actually set the width apart there, or you always used to be able to. So let's get this in right at the edge first. Turn it on. And let's get going. We are planting poplars. Now it's going to depend again whether or not I want to double stack these, because I've done it on previous Let's Plays and I did it on FS17 quite a lot. When this turns round, it will leave a gap. You can, although it's not realistic, you can double row, so you can then go back round afterwards, although you have to do it manually, and you can put rows in between, so in the gaps. Obviously if you did that in real life, you'd be then driving over the ones you've just put in the ground, so it wouldn't work in real life. But there we go. So if we look here now, there's this gap in between. You can, like I say, you can plant into those gaps if you want, but then both your wheels will be going over the two rows that are already in the ground, so it's not really realistic. So I think I'm going to stick with on this field. We're just going to do it as is. It's really just so that when the Anderson DLC comes out, we can see that bio baler in action, kind of thing. I'm thinking I might have to do a couple of these rows set up myself, simply because the trees are in the way at this end. If I just allow the tyre width kind of about that, it should be alright. That looks about the same. Fantastic. The crate's not going down too quickly. Not bad. And with that, we've come to the end of the field. I think we need to be a little bit wary on this, because I remember doing these poplars before on FS17, and like I say, double rowing them was fine. But what I've just noticed, where I turned round a minute ago up the top of the field and I stuck the next row in a little bit too close, it's taken all the tops off the poplars here. So I don't know whether they now won't grow, because that looks like it's gone back to like just harvested. So there's absolutely no way of double rowing, unless of course you set a worker. But yeah, you have to be wary of that. Be very, very careful, because that's not looking so good. But anyway, I've got just under half the pallet left. I'm going to take it to the garden centre, see if I can sell it back, because I don't need it now. That's not a bad old field of poplars there. And with that, we have come to the end of this episode. I really do hope you consider donating to target ovarian cancer. If you do, that would be absolutely fantastic. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.